Forge of the Mind, a Stoic Path to Strength and Serenity. Chapter 1. Awakening in a World of Distraction. You open your eyes. Before your feet touch the floor, your attention is already claimed. Notifications. Emails. News. Noise. The day hasn't even begun, yet you feel behind. This is the modern default: to live reactively, to respond before reflecting, to consume before choosing, to drown in information and starve for wisdom. But there is another way, the Stoic way: to pause before reacting, to observe instead of absorb, to lead your thoughts, not be led by them. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor surrounded by war, sickness, and betrayal, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The world will not slow down for you, but you can slow down for yourself." That's where clarity begins. Stillness is not absence. Stillness is power under control. And it starts with awareness. Chapter 2. What Stoicism really is. Forget the cliches. Stoicism is not being cold or emotionless. It's not indifference. It is the art of living with intention, of choosing your response, of mastering the only domain you truly own, your mind. At its core, Stoicism teaches this simple, radical truth. There are things you control. There are things you do not. Peace comes from knowing the difference. This is the Stoic lens. Your thoughts? Yours. Your actions? Yours. Your opinions? Yours. But others' behavior? Not yours. The economy? Not yours. Illness, aging, death? Not yours. Most suffering comes not from life, but from our resistance to life, from our refusal to accept what is. Epictetus, born a slave and crippled young, put it plainly: freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. The Stoic learns to let go of illusions, not to escape life, but to live it fully and freely. Chapter 3. Living with values, not emotions. Emotions are weather. They shift. They pass. They lie. Values are stars. They guide. They endure. They align us with truth. Stoics don't suppress emotion. They observe it. They challenge it. They choose reason over impulse. Their compass is built on 4 cardinal virtues. Wisdom, to see what is true and act accordingly. Courage, to do what is right, even when it's hard. Justice, to treat others fairly and live with integrity. Temperance, to practice balance and self-restraint. In the chaos of life, these values are anchors. They prevent the mind from being tossed by every wave. Seneca, advisor to emperors, said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." To live stoically is to build yourself around principle, not preference. Around truth, not trends. Around meaning, not mood. Chapter 4. The Art of Mental Preparation. The Stoic begins each day with a rehearsal, not of perfection, but of adversity. Before stepping into the world, they step into their own mind. They ask not, "Will things go smoothly?" but rather, "What might go wrong, and how will I respond?" This is the practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. It is not pessimism. It is preparation. You don't expect disaster. You refuse to be surprised by it. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and someone insults you. A Stoic has already anticipated this. They remind themselves, "People act according to their beliefs. If someone wrongs me, it's likely from ignorance, not malice." Imagine your plans fall apart. A Stoic sees this not as betrayal, but as part of the design. Some things are not up to me. Let me return to what is. This daily inner dialogue protects the mind. It builds psychological armor. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "When you wake in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. None of them can hurt me. You are not thrown off by reality, because you've already visited it in the mind. Mental rehearsal is not fear, it is fortification. It is how the Stoic walks into a chaotic world with calm in their chest. Chapter 5: Voluntary Discomfort, Choosing the Harder Path. What happens when you avoid all pain? You become soft, dependent, vulnerable. What happens when you face pain willingly? You become strong, resilient, ready. The Stoics didn't wait for hardship. They practiced it. Seneca fasted, not to diet, but to remember what he could endure. Epictetus walked with a limp, but never limped in spirit. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet slept on the floor during military campaigns. Why? Because comfort breeds fear, and fear is the enemy of freedom. The Stoic deliberately steps into discomfort, not out of masochism, but mastery. Try it. Leave your coat behind on a cold morning. Skip a meal. Go a day without your phone. Take the stairs. Admit fault before being blamed. Each act trains your soul to say, "I am stronger than I thought. I can do with less." Seneca wrote, "Set aside now and then a number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, and say to yourself, 'Is this the condition I feared?'" Discomfort is a forge. In it, the self is melted and reforged into something unbreakable. Chapter 6: The Practice of Detachment and Control. Every day, we hand over our peace. A rude comment steals our mood. A delayed train sparks our anger. A lost opportunity crushes our confidence. Why? Because we confuse what is ours with what is not. Epictetus taught a fundamental truth. Some things are up to us, and some are not. This is the dichotomy of control, the very foundation of Stoic living. What is up to us? Our thoughts, our beliefs, our choices, our actions, our judgments. What is not? Other people, the weather, fame or fortune, the past or future, our body's condition. We suffer when we cling to what we don't control and neglect what we do. A Stoic trains the mind to detach from outcomes and attach only to effort. When you give your best in a task, and the result isn't what you hoped, you don't despair. Because the outcome wasn't yours to command. You measure success not by result, but by integrity. You don't say, "I failed." You say, "I acted with reason." That's enough. Seneca reminded us. A wise person is content with what they have, never upset by what they lack. This detachment isn't apathy. It's power. Because when you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you gain full control over the only thing that ever mattered, yourself. Chapter 7: The Stoic Response to Emotion. The Stoic doesn't suppress emotion. They study it, understand it, transform it. When anger arises, they pause. When fear whispers, they question it. When envy stings, they step back. The goal isn't to feel nothing. The goal is to never be ruled by what you feel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts." So the Stoic watches their inner world like a gardener tends soil. They pull out weeds, destructive beliefs. They water virtues, courage, patience, humility. They create space for clarity to grow. Imagine this. A colleague insults you in front of others. The untrained mind reacts. Anger, retaliation, maybe shame. The Stoic mind asks, "Is their behavior mine to own?" No. But my response is, what belief fuels my anger? That I must be respected by all? That others must never offend me? These beliefs are fragile, false, unhelpful. So the Stoic replaces them. Others may insult. I will remain composed. Let them reveal who they are. I will reveal who I choose to be. This is emotional alchemy. The Stoic doesn't numb emotion. They master it. Chapter 8: Memento Mori. Remember you will die. The words are quiet, but they carry thunder. Memento Mori. Remember you will die. For the Stoics, this wasn't a dark reminder. It was a wake-up call. They looked death in the eye, not to fear it, but to sharpen life. Seneca wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." We waste time like we have forever. We chase approval, postpone our dreams, hold grudges, avoid the truth. But life is slipping through our hands. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Every moment is a gift. Every breath is borrowed. To remember death is to remember what matters. It helps you. Let go of petty arguments. Stop postponing love. Speak the truth while you can. Forgive yourself. Begin the work that's calling you. Say enough, and mean it. The Stoic does not fear the end. They live so well that when death comes, there is nothing left undone. Final chapter: stillness, clarity, courage. This is the Stoic life. Not a life without hardship, but a life trained for it. Not emotionless, but emotionally anchored. Not detached from the world, but deeply engaged, without being enslaved. You wake up each morning, not to chase everything, but to return to yourself. To ask, what is in my control today? What kind of person do I want to be? Where did I fail yesterday? And how can I grow? Stillness is your superpower. Reason is your compass. Virtue is your goal. And when the storm comes, as it always does, you don't panic. You pause. You breathe. You choose. That is Stoicism. A path for the brave. A life for the free. So when the world grows loud, when others react blindly, when fear knocks at your door, you will remain still, clear, courageous, stoic.